Alright, hello everybody. It's been a long time, okay, it's been a couple months or so since I've recorded something, but Raiko-san is back, and today we are talking about the most disappointing celebration of the last year. Before we start, happy 2023 everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying it so far. As for me, it is January 4th, so had a few days to kind of enjoy New Year's, get it all together, things like that. Let's just get right into it. I don't really want to waste time about this because I feel some sort of way, Dokkan, about this. So, the movie celebration for Dragon Ball Superhero has been released. We have the units in-game: Ultimate Gohan, Power Awakening Piccolo, not Beast Gohan. Let me repeat that again. Not Beast Gohan. You see the art on the screen right now of Ultimate Gohan, and Beast Gohan is right there. He's right there. And yet, we didn't get him. So, what I'm going to do is, we're going to talk about the units individually first. I'll do a quick glance over of the celebrations and stuff that's going on, and how I feel like Dokkan has done a better job with some of the other small things between this celebration and the next, as well as what I feel they should have done in order to really push the proper hype celebration for Beast Gohan. So, we're going to start off with Awakened Superpower Ultimate Gohan first. And this pisses me off so much. Oh my god, Dokkan, what happened? So, let's do a quick once-over for these units, and then we will get into my problems with them, my problems with the celebration. So, this is Ultimate Gohan here. He is the Superheroes and Hybrid Saiyan leader. 3-key, 170% to all stats, 30% additional to all stats if they're also on Bond of Parent and Child, fantastic category, and Movie Heroes, once again, fantastic category. Leader skill to me is great. It is fantastic. Superheroes essentially is all of these super class hero units, so to speak. There's some small exceptions like Jiren, Topo, and things like that. Even though they are super, they're not necessarily the heroes of that arc or whatever. But it does include stuff like the LR gods. It includes I was about to say Murjamasu. It does not include Murjamasu. If it included that, that would be one hell of an anomaly. But pretty much a lot of these Super Saiyan Blues, Super Saiyan gods that we've gotten, they're all on this team. So you're able to run units like EZA Tech God Goku. You can run, like I said before, the LR Super Saiyan gods. You know, there is a lot of good stuff here. You can even run the new Piccolo Power Awakening. We'll talk about that in a moment. But leader skill is great. Then we're going into the super attacks here. Greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn. Causes colossal damage. Has a medium chance to stun. I feel like they should have given him, if they're going to make him just raise defense itself for 1 turn, I feel like even if you didn't give that to him in his Ultra Super, if you gave that to him in his super attack, that would help him out a lot more. Give him an additional stat line to kind of help boost in that manner. But for what it is, it's fine, I guess, right? Even if they just did greatly raise attack and defense for 1 turn on 12-key, and then maybe greatly raise attack and raise defense permanently, or greatly raise defense. If he had a defensive buff that was permanent, oh man, that would be fantastic. He would be amazing. As is right now, he's good, but definitely not on the level of good that I thought he would have been, right? His Ultra Super, of course, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, compared to the 12-key where he's only, I believe it's a 30% defensive buff that he gets on his 12-key, and his 18-key, it becomes a 50% buff. He causes mega colossal damage to the enemy and lowers attack and defense. Really, the lowering attack and defense, I feel, is only going to work in niche situations, niche phases, where you may have a chance to cut him down in size, attack-wise or defense-wise, things like that. But it's not going to be anything that will be a permanent sort of help to you, because later on, if you're going through Red Zone stages, we're talking the new Red Ribbon Army Red Zone, although at the moment, it's definitely not as hard, but, you know, there is still Omega from the GT Red Zone. There's still Broly from the movie Red Zone. There's still Metal Cooler Core from the Wicked Bloodline Red Zone, that are all just big, heavy hitters, and I don't know if I feel like it is enough for him just to have 1 turn stat buffs. Like I said, if he had 1 super attack where he, even if it was just a 30% defensive buff that stacks permanently, super attack wise, like it would pair out a lot better, especially if you look at his passive skill, which we're going to get into. He gets an entry animation, he gets 100% attack and defense, he guards all attacks for 3 turns. If you got another bond, parent, and child category ally on the team, doesn't have to be attacking in the same turn, just on the team at the start of his attacking turn, he gets an initial 150% attack and defense, he gets an additional 1 key, and, 1 key per key square obtained, and for each super attack that he performs, I'm going to say this again, each super attack he performs, he gets an additional attack and defense 30%, and this can stack up to 150%. I'm going to talk about why I emphasize super attack in a little bit. He launches an additional attack that has a great chance of becoming a super attack if he's at 20 key, and he has, he's pretty much effective against all types, and he also can nullify Ki Blast super attacks. Now, for the attacks effective against all types, here's 2 conditions that he can get this in. Either 1, when he gets his active skill, which can be activated if all allies in the same turn or superhero category allies, or if you're facing 1 enemy and you're on the 6th turn. So 3rd turn, if you got all superhero category allies attacking in the same turn. If you don't, it's 1 enemy starting from the 6th turn. Okay? He also can get attack effects against all types if his key hits 24. Alright? And like I said before, he gets a high chance of nullifying Ki Blast super attacks. So, he has the structure, you know, the skeleton, the baseline of a fantastic character. Where did Dokkan slip? Well, for one, Dokkan slipped in not making him a transformable unit. Alright, he should have been transforming into Beast Gohan. Okay? Because there's a few things that I'm going to point out, and this goes back to the first part, which is why I mentioned and emphasized he gets 30% attack and defense with each super attack performed. Now, one of the things about this unit is that if you look at his links, right? So he gets all in the family, gets defense, okay. Same warrior race, gets attack, that's alright. He gets more attack from Infighter, he gets Ki and a small hint of defense from Shocking Speed. He gets attack from Kamehameha, attack from Fierce Battle, and attack from Legendary Power. He only has Shocking Speed as his main key link. This is not kosher at all. This is not good. This is not a free 24 key. This is not a free 18 key. Right? This is pretty painful to deal with. Especially when you have units that have the Saiyan lineage, which let me see if I can actually pull that up really quickly. Him. Right? Yep, perfect. Okay. So if you look at this Teen Gohan who transforms into Ultimate Gohan, right? So yes, as Ultimate Gohan, he has Saiyan Warrior Race. Yeah. Well, if he was a transforming unit, what I feel they could have did is they could have given him Saiyan lineage, because let's be real, he kind of needs that, you know what I mean? And then you look at these other links, you know, comparing them to this Gohan here. It's not like there's too much different, but there is, you know, Infighter here, which if you look at it, he has Brainiacs here, but that's not really that big of a difference. Saiyan lineage, Revival, although technically speaking, he's a resurrected warrior, but it's kind of tough to it's tough, okay? He's not on it here, but he's on the category here, and thus he gets that. That's 2 key links right here that he has, right? And then you look at everything else. Of course, he's the Dokkan Festival, yeah, but still, without looking at Fierce Battle, without taking Legendary Power into consideration, he has 2 key links, right? Shocking Speed is acceptable. I will give it acceptable because it's something. It's a link that gives key. My issue is, okay, he gets this. Cool. He'll get 6 key, so he'll start at 6 key. So in order for you to get to 20 key, you need what? you're at 6, so you need 14 ki. You need at least 7 ki spheres, right? To at least get him to the 18, right? Or at least get him, I'm sorry, to the 20, because then that gives him this additional. The problem here is, how are you supposed to get this? How are you supposed to reach these heights? How are you supposed to reach these limits if you're not even going to be able to, you're not even going to be able to really get supers like that? You'll be able to maybe get a 12 ki. You'll be able to get like maybe 15 ki. You'll hit 24 ki. Not often though. You'll be able to hit 20 ki, but not often though. If you have support on your team, that makes it a little bit easier. If you have, you know, maybe a support memory that supports Goku's family, or you have some other methods that you want to use to maybe really give him ki, you can do that. But let's look at some of the more difficult content. Once again, let's take it back to Red Zone. A lot of support units really aren't able to withstand a lot of those really grindy and those real nitty-gritty stages, especially. I'm looking at you, full power Broly. Not even full power Broly. Broly, period, right? Starts off in base, goes to Wrathful. If I'm correct, it's Wrathful? I forget. But no matter what, once he gets to Super Saiyan, not full power, but once he gets to Super Saiyan, he is AoEing all of your units. So sure, you can take this Gohan in there, and he may be able to tank, or he may be able to withstand some damage, but you're still dying within that turn if you have to bring even something like the new support Pan. She's great. Don't get me wrong. She is great, but she just is not Red Zone level. This super attack restriction hurts him a lot. They should have just, if they were going to make this Gohan just a standalone unit, which still to me just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, but if they were going to do this, if this was the game plan from day one, they should have just let him get attacks. Let him get just basic attacks in to get this stat buff. You know why? Because then, if you have him getting these stats from just normal attacks, things like that, at least then his defensive stats will be at a much better level. He'll be able to handle a lot more of those tough hits. He'll be able to build up himself and get higher numbers and higher defensive stats is way easier. Looking at this here, 30% for each super attack performed, dude. Come on, man. You're already making it difficult for him to get ki. Sure, you gave him the 1 ki spare for every ki spare obtained. So technically speaking, he's getting 2 ki spare of every one. But how about an additional maybe 1 ki up to 5, right? And then give him this attack and defense for 30%. If you give him 1 ki and 30% attack and defense with every attack performed, not limiting it to super attack, this dude would pan out way better. The other side of this is his active skill really doesn't hit as hard as you really would want it to, depending on your situation. Because his active skill, he does ultimate damage. He can disable an enemy's action. He greatly raises attack temporarily, so sure, he'll be able to put up a little bit more like he's doing at 24 ki. But the problem here is, once again, you're not going to get the maximum value out of this if you don't build this up. And mind you, he can get his active skill if you are running this superhero team, which he is the leader of. If you're running this team, you're getting this active skill turn 3. And if you're not supering and getting these attacks in, you're not going to have a good time. Period. You're not. Because you're going to be building up, you're going to be trying to get those high stats, and if you need him to pop this active skill before he's fully built up, well, he requires super attacks. There's no additional way for him to get ki aside from this right here. And you also have to have a shocking speed unit here, which let's just really quickly. Just gonna go through here. Let's just look here. These guys, so Worldwide Download Celebration, Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, they have shocking speed. Okay, cool. That's 2 ki. That's just 2 ki covered. Tech Gogeta, they have shocking speed. I don't know if he has it transformed, but it looks like just base here. He has shocking speed. That's the key link for him covered. You know, you keep going down in here. Hell. Let's just humor. Oh, I didn't even notice this. The Super Saiyan, the LR Super Saiyan 4s, they also have it. There you go. That's his key link covered. Even like Gamma 2 right here. All of these units here, these are red zone viable, but once again, it's the only key link he has. You know what I mean? And if you, once again, look at the units that I've just listed off here, right? You have 1, 2, 3, 4. Just those 4 units alone, right? Those 4 out of all of them, most of them don't give key support like that. Does Gamma? Let me see. Does Gamma 2 even give that? Yeah. So Gamma 2 is the only other. Well, no. I think Gamma 1. I think if that's the case, Gamma 1 should give key, right? Because he boosts defense. I believe he boosts attack. Oh, he gives 1 key. Okay. Here you go. Here you go. He gives 1 key, mind you, on the superhero team, right? Superheroes right there. Gamma 2 gives 2 keys, so that's an additional 3 key now, right? So let's say you got him linked up, you got him ready to go. So he has the initial 6, the 2 here, putting him at an 8, and then you have 3 here and here. So if you did summon on these banners, you did get Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. And I have to mention and because every key sphere matters for this Gohan. If you have both of these here, maybe they're both on rotation, you're getting 3 extra key from that. And you're getting 2 key from shocking speed. That's all he's getting though. That's other supporting units coming in to help him out. This Gohan here is not carrying any sort of actual build up key mechanic to where he can build it up and keep it. That not a additional just 1 key. Like, yeah, this is, don't get me wrong, this is helpful, but it's not enough key. And then look at the teams he's on, dude. Look at that, full power, transformation boost, movie heroes. This team has got him buffed to high hell all year. Goku's family. Look at this. Where is it? Where is it? Here we go. No, not Bond. Well, no, yeah, Bond of parent and child. Did we not just get Vegeta and Trunks, who is honestly way better than this Gohan? At least to me. Like, dude, Battle of Fate, 200%, baby. Look at that. He's 200% on, and still, he's not gonna be able to do and build up as much as he could. If he was a transforming unit, I guarantee you, this would probably be either a great chance or a guarantee. This would probably go down to 18 key. This would probably go to maybe 20 key or something like that. Maybe there's something else that comes up if it's 24 key. He would probably have gotten 1 key if he was transformed into Beast Gohan. He probably would have gotten a higher stat buff than this. Maybe this probably wouldn't have even been here. Who knows? Dokkan just fumbled this unit so bad, and it hurts because he's still great. It's just he's not on that same level as Vegeta and Trunks, as the 7th anniversary LRs. Hell, even the worldwide download celebration units. Like, to me, while I don't think he's better than something like the AGL, I should say it like this. Well, I don't think he's worse. There we go. I don't think he's worse than like the AGL Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, which honestly I think he's better than them. I do think he is better than them. So that is something. I think he's about a shade underneath Cooler. STR Cooler. Because guess what? STR Cooler does this for free. This, he does for free. All you got to do is attack with the man. And he's good. He gets his stats up. He builds up. Not to mention, STR Cooler, the Easy A one, is a support unit for him that can actually do decently well in red zones. I've taken these units into red zones. And I'm going to tell you something right now. looking at this Gohan, which I have not pulled for, because I would rather pull for the next unit I'm talking about, which is not him, not this shitty Link. I don't want to talk about this. We don't need them anymore. This guy right here. This dude. Dude, I'm close to saying he's the best unit in the game. Piccolo. And the movie really isn't even about him. It's about Gohan. And Piccolo blows him out the water. Let's look at Piccolo's leader. Superhero battle of wits. We needed a good 200% lead for Battle of Wits. We finally got one. Thank you, Dokkan, for at least delivering the Piccolo. 170% to all stats, key 3. Gets an additional 30% for all stats if they're also on Bottom Master and Disciple and Movie Heroes. Cool. Alright. I can get jiggy with that. That sounds good to me. But now let's really get into it. So, for his super attack, his 12 key. His 12 key, ladies and gentlemen. He greatly raises defense. Greatly raises. So he gets that 50% defensive buff. Defense is important here. Defense is key in this meta. Where you have to tank these supers. You gotta tank Metal Cooler Core. You gotta tank Omega. You gotta tank Broly. You know what I'm saying? And if they're adding more Red Ribbon Army stages, who knows what else they could really add in as like the final boss. Because they could really have some crazy stuff. Mind you, I really don't know. They have a couple things they could go down, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about this Piccolo. This man greatly raises defense on his base 12 key super attack. Okay? Now, let's get into his Ultra Super, which is essentially the same as Gohan's. Greatly raised attack and defense for one turn, causes mega colossal damage to the enemy, lowers attack and defense. Okay, cool. Let's get into the intro animation now, because everything about this unit is here, although we do have one more thing to talk about, which I think makes him better than Gohan. We'll get to that in a moment. So, same thing as Gohan, it looks like. It's just the difference here is where Gohan has Bond of Parent and Child, Piccolo has Bond of Master and Disciple. So 100% attack and defense, guards all attacks for 3 turns. All you got to do is have a Bond of Master and Disciple category ally on the team. Just one. Okay? He gets 150% attack and defense, and he gets the same additional 1 key spear obtained. Once again, let's take it back. 150%, 1 key spear per key spear obtained, or an additional 1 key per key spear obtained. Now let's get into the difference, the big difference here. This right here. This right here just puts Piccolo inherently above Gohan. Why? Because that's initial damage reduction. So, even though he still has to build up, which his is way better. His is way better. Because guess what? All he has to do to get his 150% is he has to take the attacks. So let's look at this now. This is a perfect setup for this unit. Well, why? Well, he has damage reduction inherently. Not for 3 turns, not for 5 turns, not for 7 turns. It's permanent. A permanent 20% damage reduction buff. Okay? And he guards for 3 turns. So, starting turn 1, you have him in slot 1. There may be Broly attacking 4 times in slot 1. Well, guess what? You just got him up to 120% of his additional attack and defense just from him being in slot 1 on turn 1. Just like that, the snap of the fingers. And he is close to built up already on turn 1. And mind you, if this is in slot 1 before he supers, then mind you that his 12 and 18 keys are going to be inherently hitting harder. Inherently. Now, this is another unit that could give key to, you know, all allies. But he has to take an attack. Now, that's not really that bad, but one of the things comes down to, what if you don't pull him and you're summoning for both units? What if you don't get, you know, Beast Gohan, but you got him? Oh, you're fine. Really, if you had to pick between this Piccolo and this Gohan, I'm telling you to summon for this Piccolo with the quickness. With the utmost quickness. And you think that's it? This man can fully recover HP. Yeah. All he has to do is at least get 7 attacks. Once again, I've talked about this. Slot 1 going up against the first phase of this Dragon Ball Broly or Dragon Ball Super Broly stage of the movie edition. Red Zone, baby, you could get 4 in slot 1. Hell, you could even get all 7 in slot 1 if Broly really wants to be an asshole to you. And guess what? From that point on, all you gotta do is just fall below 30%. You can survive by the sliver of your health in certain scenarios. And then guess what? Oh, you got a sliver of health. How is he going to be able to tank that? Well, guess what? He also fully recovers HP too. Did I mention that? That he can just fully recover HP? I may have already mentioned it once, but did we mention he fully recovers HP? Oh, I did? Well, let me also mention the additional 30% damage reduction. So, let's look at this now. You're deep into the Broly fight. You done got slapped up. Your superhero team is dealing the damage, but Broly's just being a real asshole to you. You may have a Pan on the team, and that Pan may have gotten hit. And you may have taken like 400k damage. You're sweating. You're looking at the game. You took a couple other normals. That brings you down to about 100k. Well, guess what? Not only will this Piccolo fully heal you, but that 20% damage reduction that he had becomes 50%. Easily. Easily. More viable. More reliable in Red Zone inherently than what this Gohan is. Oh, you thought we were done with Piccolo? We don't even look. We don't even got to worry about these links. Look, Brainiac, solid support, Namekians, power bestowed by God, transform, fierce battle, legendary power. Look, let's keep it a bean. His links may not be the best, okay? They may not be the best, but his kit makes up for it. His kit takes care of that. But even so, right? Okay, transform. You're not really getting that on the team. You're getting these key link issues here, but the difference here is, for one, he has damage reduction. 2, he gets additional damage reduction if you get below 30% and you've taken, or he has taken 7 hits in battle. Then you thought we were done. So if you're facing one enemy starting from the 6th turn in battle, or if you got all superhero category allies attacking in the same turn, starting from the 3rd turn, just like Gohan, guess what? He gets a fucking giant transformation. A giant transformation. Let me say that one more time. He gets a giant transformation. Guys, Dokkan, you gave us a playable Orange Piccolo. Even if it's not just regular Orange Piccolo, even if it's just giant form. Dokkan, you gave us a playable Orange Piccolo. Once again, he is on categories that need the help. Come on, guys. Dokkan, this unit is incredible. This unit, honestly, if I didn't know any better, I would definitely say he is the best unit in the game. And honestly, even knowing this, I think he's the best unit in the game. Because he has HP recovery. The way to stack him up is just way easier. So he'll be able to get high defensive numbers quickly. Oh, what if you guys got a super with him? He has damage reduction. He gets hit beforehand. Well, guess what? He gets hit 7 times. He's a full heal. He has a Senzu Bean. And he gets you up to 50% damage reduction now. So, type neutral. Some of these bosses will be hitting for 1.5 million. After that, he's cutting that in half. And if you're in phases before you get to something like the final phase of Omega or the final phase of DBS Broly, and you get this off, and you get to the final stage, and they're doing these 1.5 million attack stats, inherently he's turning that right before we even take into account his defensive stats and everything like that, because trust me, he's going to be tanking. Like, he already cuts that in half by a total of 750k. So he's already taking back to close to like, I guess, LVE, which is Legendary Vegeta event levels, I guess, or Legendary Goku event GT levels, I guess. I wouldn't really know, but I do know for a fact that these Red Zone bosses hit for over 1 million. Without a doubt. So, if he can take this way better, why didn't they make him so that maybe he guarded? You gave the TUR Gohan from how long ago? That's still somewhat viable to this day? You gave him guaranteed guard? You can't give that to Gohan? You can't do that for him? You gave him these stupid restrictions on Ki. All you had to do, guard all attacks. That would help. That would be useful. If we could guard, it's not going to be maybe that much useful, but hell, he could have at least had that. Like, he could have at least had damage reduction. You could have at least gotten damage reduction, like 30% or however much damage reduction if you got hit. You couldn't give him that. That's the limit here. That's what we're doing. Oh wow, Tech Bardock's OST just comes around. That's Tech Bardock's OST is how I'm feeling about this dude right here. That's how I feel. He is like the final hope of this celebration to me. This Gohan disappointed me, made me just sad all around. Okay. Then we're just gonna go over this real quick. Okay. We're gonna look at this one because this is the main part of it all. Okay. So we're gonna look at the banners real quick. Sucks. What's the point? What's the point? What, you got Fat Janemba there? Mid. Barely mid. Well, mid. You got this AGL Cell. He's kind of fallen off now. 200% leaders have gotten way better. This Boo has nowhere to use him on. No 200% team for Majin Buu Saga. No 200% team for Power Absorption that is for Majin Buu. I'm not talking about this. No. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about a Power Absorption or Majin Buu Saga leader or Majin Power leader that will work well with this Buu. We got none yet. And his time is tapering off. This Cell needs an easy A. He got an easy A. He's mid now. Like, this dude is damn near garbage. He needs an easy A bad. He's that's the best I can give him. He's alright. The only reason why he's even alright is because he got some damage reduction. That's it. This banner is not. Do not. I'm not even gonna look at them. I'm not even gonna. I don't even know why these guys were even on his banner when banner that Pan is on. look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this banner too. Look at this. Look at this banner. Once again, he sucks. He's aged. He can actually be used in red zone because he's got a Ghost Usher and he can dodge. He is still defensively viable to some degree. Maybe not in red zone. Oh no, I would say maybe red zone. Say maybe red zone if you build him right, you got him going good. He can function in red zone. This guy is okay, but not really a lot of defense coming behind him. This guy is still pretty good, but he's starting to taper off, just like the AGL Cell. Really good. Like, I've won red zones with these teams, but you can tell they're starting to taper off. Gohan needed easy A. Got an easy A. He's mid. He probably is the best unit out of both of these banners. Like, unfeatured wise. Probably him. And probably people are going to look at me and be like, dude, he doesn't do that much. Dude. This dude can reduce damage. Even though his scouter may be more difficult to get, his transformation may be more difficult, he can still function decently well because he's also a Rainbow Orb Changer too, okay? These lineup of units work way better than what is on Gohan's banner. And I think Dokkan knew how good this dude was and put all the effort into this banner compared to Gohan's banner. Hell, let's look at the 2023 celebration here, baby. Let's look at it. Look at these guys. Crappy Raditz. Look at that crappy ass Raditz right here. By the way, shout out to Dokkan Info for having this information up. Shout out to the Dokkan Wiki for having this information up. I don't even know why I used two different sites. Oh well. Doesn't matter. Does the same thing. Shout out to both sites. Let's just now, mind you, this is the New Year celebration. You have all this here, all this here, all this here, right? Here you go. Here you go. I guess I guess not everyone. I guess certain ones excluded. I don't know what that means. Okay. Well, this to me is more hype than him. Yeah. Actually, not even the Broly. Because we have the details. Broly's mid. This Gogeta, bro. This Gogeta works. And to me, he works better to me. And satisfies more of my hype for me than what he does. This is an Ultimate Gohan. Why would I want this? I want a Beast Gohan in game. There's nothing new about this name. There's no diversity to this. But there is for Piccolo. And you best believe they better had done this for Piccolo. Because I would have been even more angrier. If anything, I am grateful to Dokkan that they have finally given us. Not like physical Piccolo, who he was a scouter, he was great, he did stuff. But you had to have another, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you had to have, I think, another Namekian or Nail or something like that. I don't know. But I think it was another Namekian. But now, we have a proper, powerful Namekian unit in the game. All in all, this celebration was disappointing AF. I would recommend players, if you are to summon on these banners, bruh, you better summon on that Piccolo banner. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Gohan may be good, but Piccolo can destroy. He has the defensive capabilities to hold up against some of these other difficult units in the game. He has the ability to build up way better than what Gohan does. He is the highlight Dokkan Festival LR of this celebration. He is the Dokkan Fest to look forward to. He is the Dokkan Fest you want to throw your stones at. He is the Dokkan Fest that will help get you through a lot of these difficult content. They'll help you maybe power through the Red Ribbon Army stage with the snap of a fingers if you don't feel like sitting there all that time going through all those turns. He can help you get it done. Gohan can't. And Dokkan, Bandai Namco, if you're watching this, I want y'all to know that I was really hyped for this. I've seen the Jump Festa trailer. I've seen the hype, and when I saw it, I was like, yes, it's time. Beast Gohan is coming. This is it. And I thought that they got a dub over Legends for a second. I did. I really did. And instead, they let us down. Like, I'm so disappointed. So hurt by this. And yet, I don't know. That's it. That's enough. I've talked enough about this unit. Tell me what you guys think. Really? Like, are you guys just as disappointed as I am? Are you guys hurting as much as I am about Ultimate Gohan at least? Don't get me wrong. I'm going to say it one more time. Both of these units are good. They are worthy of a dual Dokkan Festival. Definitely. But for the hype that they built up for this Ultimate Gohan here, for the hype that we thought was going to be Beast Gohan, only for it to be this Ultimate Gohan right here, dude, I'm so disappointed. It hurts. It really does. Dokkan, please, please, don't fumble the ball like this again with other movie hero units, please. Don't fumble the bag with hype characters like this, man. Maybe in testing, maybe they thought it was going to work and they thought, hey, this is going to be good. But they didn't, and to me, I'm now just looking forward to JP's 8th anniversary at this point. Just to see him mainly get probably just pushed down in power. Like, it's so sad because I really wanted him to be a dominant force in the game for a while. Piccolo will be, I feel like, even though his link sets is probably the only real problem I have. And it's not even like it's his fault, it's just Namekian link set, you know what I mean? But the fact that I feel like this Piccolo will just age better than what this Gohan will, I don't know, man. It sucks. So, enough from me. Happy New Year's to everybody. Don't let me bum you out. If you want to summon for Gohan, by all means, go for it. Get that Gohan. If you want Piccolo, go for that Piccolo. But all in all, I'm done. That's it. Thank you guys for watching this. I'm not going to tell you what to do at the end of the video like everybody else does. If you want to subscribe, then go for it. If you want to like the damn video, then do it. If you don't, hey, look, it's all good. I'm happy you sat here and listened to me rant about superhero celebration stuff. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this. Greatly appreciated. And I'll catch you guys next time. Save your stones for Piccolo instead of this damn Gohan, man. Do it. Spend your stones on this if you were to spend your stones. Don't spend your stones on this. Alright, dudes and dudettes and everybody. I'm out. See ya.